The neon glow of the futuristic city stretched high into the clouds, its skyscrapers lined with holograms and endless streams of flying cars. But tonight, that brilliance dimmed beneath a shadow crawling across the skyline. From the depths of a twisted dimensional rift, something monstrous emerged, an abomination wearing the twisted features of Spider-Man. With 8 jagged legs, glowing red eyes, and webbing strong enough to slice steel in half, the Spider-Man monster let out a guttural screech that shook the heavens. Panic erupted below. Civilians screamed, fleeing through the crumbling streets as the beast clung to buildings, tearing them apart with monstrous precision. Alarms wailed, explosions rang out, and the entire city drowned in chaos. Just when all hope seemed to fade, the ground began to quake, not from the monster's fury, but from something far greater. Out of the smoke and fire, a massive figure stomped forward, muscles shimmering in a golden glow. His eyes blazed with raw energy, his fists heavy enough to break mountains. It was Gold Hulk, the titan forged for battles beyond imagination. The monster screeched and leapt, hurling itself down with razor-sharp legs aimed at Hulk's chest. The impact shook the avenue, shattering windows for miles. Hulk staggered back, then roared, his golden aura flaring like a star igniting. With a swing of his colossal fist, he smashed the beast into a tower, crumbling steel and glass raining like meteors. But the Spider-Man monster was no ordinary foe. With speed unmatched, it slashed across Hulk's side, sparks flying from his skin as blood mixed with molten gold. Hulk howled in fury, slamming both fists into the pavement, sending shockwaves across the city. The ground split open, swallowing cars and tearing streets apart. The battle spiraled into a spectacle of destruction, buildings collapsing, firestorms spreading, and the sky itself shaking under their rage. Gold Hulk caught one of the monster's legs and twisted, snapping it in half. The monster shrieked, only to unleash a torrent of webbing infused with venom, trapping Hulk against a tower. The world seemed to pause as Gold Hulk struggled against the suffocating bonds. His eyes glowed brighter, but the venom seared into his skin like acid. For the first time, doubt flickered in his expression. And then, above the screams, above the chaos, a thunderous roar echoed across the city. A roar not belonging to the spider-monster, but to something even more unstoppable. The streets quaked under the weight of destruction, fires blazing as Gold Hulk strained against the venom-laced webbing. His golden muscles flexed with raw force, but every second trapped gave the Spider-Man monster more ground to advance. The abomination crawled along the buildings, its 8 legs stabbing through steel, eyes glowing brighter with hunger. Civilians scattered in terror, watching their city crumble. Just when the monster raised its limbs for the killing blow, the ground ruptured like an earthquake splitting the earth. From the cracked pavement, a figure erupted, towering, massive, and burning with a crimson aura of unrelenting rage. It was Red Hulk. His skin glowed like molten magma, every breath steaming with fury. With a deafening roar, he slammed both fists into the street, sending a shockwave that blew cars into the air and hurled the spider-monster backward. Gold Hulk, still entangled, felt the webbing loosen as his brother in power stormed into the fight. "Move!" Red Hulk thundered, his voice like an explosion. He grabbed the venomous strands holding Gold Hulk and tore them apart as if they were threads of silk. The Golden Titan broke free, his eyes blazing with renewed fury. The two Hulks stood side by side, golden brilliance and crimson fire, facing the towering arachnid horror. The spider-monster hissed, its limbs twitching with venomous rage, before leaping with blistering speed. It aimed to strike them both down at once. But Red Hulk was faster. He caught the monster mid-leap, wrapping his arms around its torso, crushing bones with unrelenting power. The city shook from the pressure of his grip as the creature shrieked, lashing its legs to impale him. Red Hulk roared back, his body absorbing the blows like stone against lightning. Gold Hulk charged, fists glowing with radiant energy, and smashed directly into the monster's face. The impact detonated like a bomb, sending shockwaves through the streets. Together, the Hulks slammed the creature into the ground, cratering the street into a molten pit of debris and fire. For a moment, silence. The monster writhed, broken but not defeated, its flesh regenerating with horrifying speed. The Hulks glared down at it, their breathing heavy, knowing the battle was far from over. Then, above them, the night sky ripped open with another sound, this one metallic, thunderous, mechanical. Something far deadlier was awakening. And with that roar, the true nightmare began. The city burned beneath crimson flames and golden light. The two Hulks stood victorious for a moment over the writhing spider monster. But victory was short-lived. The sky cracked open with a roar of machinery, and the ground shook as something titanic descended. From the clouds emerged the Iron Monster. It was not simply a machine, but a nightmare forged of steel and rage. Towering above skyscrapers, its frame gleamed with blackened armor, glowing circuits pulsing like veins. In its chest burned a massive energy core, glowing blue-white, each pulse stronger than the last. With every step, shockwaves shattered glass and ripped concrete apart. The spider monster, battered but alive, hissed in approval, crawling toward its new ally. The Hulks braced themselves, sensing the battle had escalated beyond flesh and rage. Then came the voice. Deep. Metallic. Relentless. I am the end of your world. The Iron Monster's chest core lit up like a sun before unleashing a searing blast of plasma. Entire blocks disintegrated. Gold Hulk grabbed Red Hulk, leaping through the inferno as the blast carved a canyon through the city. Skyscrapers collapsed like dominoes, burying thousands of tons of debris in fire. The Hulks landed hard, smoke and ash clouding their vision. The Iron Monster turned its head, eyes glowing red, targeting them. Spider Monster clung to its side like a loyal beast, screeching in unholy unison. Gold Hulk roared, his body shimmering with radiant heat. He launched himself forward, punching with the fury of collapsing mountains. His golden fist slammed into the monster's leg, crumpling steel. Sparks erupted, but the machine barely staggered. In retaliation, the Iron Monster swung its massive arm, a single strike knocking Gold Hulk across an entire city block. He crashed through buildings, leaving a trail of destruction. Red Hulk charged, his aura blazing, leaping onto the machine's back. With savage force, he ripped at the armored plates, tearing chunks of metal away. But the Iron Monster's chest core flared again. A pulse of raw energy exploded outward, hurling Red Hulk into the air, his body smashing through towers like paper. The city quaked. The people screamed. The world felt on the brink of annihilation. And then, from above, a streak of red and gold cut through the smoke. Repulsors blazing, voice determined, Iron Man arrived on the battlefield. Jarvis, he growled, eyes locked on the towering machine. Let's bring this thing down. The war had just entered its deadliest phase. The air trembled with the hum of repulsors as Iron Man hovered above the burning city. His HUD lit up in crimson warnings, scanning the colossal iron monster that loomed below. The readings were worse than expected, its power core was beyond anything Stark had ever seen. One overload could vaporize the city. All right, big guy, Stark muttered, clenching his jaw. Let's see what you've got. He fired a barrage of micro-missiles. They rained down in streaks of fire, exploding against the machine's armored plating. Smoke and flame engulfed it, yet as the dust cleared, the Iron Monster stepped forward and scathed, its chest core glowing brighter. Figures, Stark sighed. The monster's eyes flared red, and it unleashed twin beams of plasma toward the sky. Iron Man spun through the blasts, weaving between skyscrapers, every maneuver burning his thrusters to the limit. He countered with high-powered repulsors, slamming into the machine's chest, but the beam ricocheted harmlessly off its shielded armor. Below, Gold Hulk and Red Hulk stirred from the rubble. They watched Iron Man streak across the sky, taking the monster head-on. Gold Hulk smashed a fist into the ground, rising with a roar. He fights alone. No more. But Iron Man wasn't done. He unleashed his Hulkbuster protocols, calling forth a massive armor extension that snapped over his suit. The new exoskeleton was larger, heavier, built for one thing, fighting Titans. With thunderous force, he charged, slamming shoulder first into the Iron Monster. The impact shook the city like an earthquake, knocking the beast a step backward for the first time. The machine retaliated instantly. A mechanical claw unfolded from its arm, clamping onto Iron Man's Hulkbuster suit. Sparks screamed as the claw crushed his armor, tearing plating away like paper. Stark gritted his teeth, firing every weapon he had: rockets, lasers, sonic bursts. Each blow staggered the beast, but it refused to fall. Friday, Stark growled, sweat dripping inside his helmet. Overcharge the core. Full power. Warning, the AI replied calmly. This will exceed safe limits. Do it! His arc reactor blazed white-hot, releasing a torrent of raw energy.